Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp Series ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে PowerUp সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে দুটি প্রাইজ পুল সহ দুটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESPL Bangladesh Valorant PowerUp Invitational's Grand Finale. And this is gonna be a very big day for all of us, because today we're gonna be seeing the Titans fighting against the Titans. GSC Headhunters versus Exceeli Esports. Who's gonna take the crown and crown themselves, or should I say, name themselves as the champions of Season 3 of ESPL Bangladesh Valorant PowerUp Invitationals? I don't know, but we'll be finding out pretty soon. And joining me once again is gonna be Kalashnikov. And actually, I forgot to introduce myself. That's me, Kalashnikov. And joining me is once again gonna be you know what? I'm actually trying to be a communist here, but actually, I think I took it back. But either way, I'm Christmas. Well, I'm actually promoting you, buddy. But aside that, yes, my buddy is Kalashnikov. And how are you doing, buddy? What's your hype today?
Thank you so much, Cresto. And I know that you have been, having fun and stuff about this. And I want to say this one that maybe today it's going to be a big bang coming off today on the floor. And after this, today's grand finale, I'm just hoping this would be a so much awesome day. And you know that ESPL is a global esports network.
Continue.
Okay, sorry. Excuse me. So, you know that ESPL is a global esports network, tournament platform provider with a goal of elevating players from casual gamers to esports champions. Starting 2021 with a bang, and today we are seeing grand finale. ESPL's hope to grow Valorant esports in Thailand across South Asia through the PowerUp series. And as we all know, the top 2 teams of the amateur cup will join the invitational finals, and we might be seeing them
Today is
soon
the
enough.
finals.
Yep.
Today
And
is
to
the
compete
finals
against some of the best teams in the country. So we are seeing the best teams in the country today. And for more information, visit espl.dg/Bangladesh for more tournaments like these and fun esports content. We're currently live streaming on ESPL Bangladesh Facebook and YouTube, as well as on BongoBD.com. Guys, stay tuned. You don't want to miss a tournament like this. And today we'll be seeing 2 of the best Titans on the ground. And we just can't wait for them to bang against each other.
Absolutely. And speaking of the registrations, do note, ladies and gentlemen, the Amateur Cup Season 4 registration starts soon. So if you think you have got it what it takes to fight in this stage of this tournaments, do register, do not miss it out. And from the casters, we also want to see the rising talents from our country. And if you take a very good step in the Amateur Cup, you are going to be invited for the Invitational. So that is a big honor for any teams. And obviously, that's a big dream for any esport enthusiast. So I'm pretty sure you're not willing to miss that out. So do not miss that out. But aside that, we're gonna be heading to the map pool of Currents Day. So we're gonna be seeing Aston being played out, and it is selected by GSC. And on that specific map, we're gonna be seeing Exceeli going for the attacking as well. Not surprised, but there is a surprise on the second map though. So usually, whenever we see a matchup against Exceeli, we do see their opponents to go for the defensive rounds either way. But today it's an exception because Exceeli did choose to go for the the map of split. But on that map, we're gonna be seeing GSC on attack, which is actually something I never saw before. But I really wonder how GSC is gonna be playing out on their attacking rounds because yes, they have made so far and they have the capabilities to fight against Exceeli. They have played the previous day and they actually lost against Exceeli on a scoreline of 2-0, and then they fell to the lower brackets of the invitationals, and then they fought their way back for the revenge. So as I mentioned, Split is going to be an exceptional map for us, but in the end, if we see two maps in both of the team side, we're going to be heading into Bind, which is actually going to be a Cinderella story for the side of GSC or for any teams possible, including Mercenaries, including LRX, and it goes on. And in such cases, we're going to be seeing them fighting on Bind. And trust me, we've never seen Exceeli dropping a map against any teams imaginable in Bangladesh. So I really wonder if we are going to be seeing that Cinderella story or not. Do note the only team who went so close to the Cinderella story was LRX. But unfortunately, LRX was crushed by GSC Headhunters. So we are actually seeing the rising talents there. So I'm pretty excited what GSC has to offer against Exceeli tonight.
Well, speaking of that, I have to really say that GSC with that amount of, that power, because like we saw GSC playing against Exiles in before we saw them, and I know they did not perform too well against the aggressive nature of Exile Esports, but like every time we die, as my friends always told me, Crest always told me that you learn from your mistakes, you die, and know your debts by heart. And by knowing your debts by heart, you just know how your enemy really kills you. And when they know that how your enemy really kills you, you know what to do next and how to survive like that. So, in my opinion, through all of this time, GSCHH has been playing, been performing really, really good, really dominating on the lower brackets as well as the upper brackets. I expect through all of this, all of these problems, all of those contradictions, I guess this time GSC might make a stand. And Exili being, I have nothing to say more about Exili Esports because their dominance over this region in Bangladesh, small country, big population, big community, like their influence right now and dominance over this Valorant scene in Bangladesh is literally like unstoppable. So yes, no throne, no kingdom stays apart for a long time. So one day or the other, we're gonna see this undefeated champions defeated by another champion who will really reign in the place of Exili Esports. And today, this grand final is gonna prove either Exili is gonna be the same old, dominating, damaging, the ruthless team, or they're gonna be defeated once again. Speaking of that, let's talk about the players over here. Let's start with GSC Head HH. We're seeing Sasuke. Well, to be honest, in the last few matches, Sasuke did not perform well, but today we're expecting Sasuke to perform really good. Although he's a support player, loves to play support. It's basically on his time. So let's see what happens. On the other side, we did not see Rex verse for a long time in BDHH, right, Crystal? So
Yep.
I guess today he is down, and we might be expecting a very good support coming out from Rex. On the other side, we have the star player of GSC HH, that is Aesop. Really good operator, really good jet player, really, versatile player. He can play all roles, and which we call it flex. He's a really good flex, and I think he'll be able to do just fine. And only thing that he really needs is his teammate support. That will really make him a really big monster against Exceeli Esports. On the other side, we have Savage, supportive fragger, really capable one. He really does hold angles for Aesop and also Sasuke, and he takes the early frags off the board, makes him a really good defender. Though in attacking, Savage does not perform too well, but in defending, I guess Savage performs really nice rather than
as
every
a
other
Sova
player.
player.
Yeah, solo player, yeah. As if any other players of BDHH. Anyways, coming back to Exceeli Esports, you have Mizzle, supportive fragger, really good one. And sometimes sometimes he doesn't perform so well, but I have to say I really envy his skins. He's damn rich, I have to say. But except for that, Mizzle is really good at flanking, and he's normally a lurk player. So I just hope Exili Mizzle will do his role correctly tonight, so that he can make a GSC HH shook down. On the other hand, we have Hate Crew, really good Omen player. He's a really good support and also controller, giving him the upper hand in playing support all the time and providing the frags he needed in there, especially in the attacking side. Is really good in pushing. We have Exili Zolo Crazy, the star player once again. He's really famous among people and really a good streamer. And Zolo Crazy is basically the player who's really, extremely aggressive, and he gets the entry off the board, takes back the frag, then gives the information, which is really makes him one of the best players of the team. We're seeing Fancy 9. Fancy 9 is really good. He's a really good supportive fragger and also a good support player too. I have nothing more to say because he just plays. He's just consistent in his performance. I have nothing to add about him. Shufrix, don't see him too much, but today we are seeing him once again. Normally, he sometimes plays Phoenix, sometimes Jet, but he's basically a duelist player, being really aggressive, gets the secondary frags or entry frag, both of it, and he's a really good Phoenix player according to my knowledge. So that off the board, Crystal, what do you have to say about these players?
Well, about the players individually, they have what it takes to take the 1v1s. That is something. From the side of GSC, I believe the last player who's going to be joining us is going to be Mock, the Reina player. But on top of that, there is one thing I want to mention from your speech, that is, Exceeli has been riding for a very long time in this region. And you can see why, because they are a team that rarely have any changes in their rosters or the lineups. But for the side of GSC or any other teams you can imagine, they usually brings a player from the substitute. Let's say for mercenaries, we usually see uh, Japanese Thor playing. Well, he's not every single time though. Sometimes he is actually replaced by Murgi Man. And on top of that, we're actually seeing Revex playing today with GSC, and I don't know who he's gonna be replacing. And at the same time, we have Instant Esports who made a Grim Hunt play yesterday again instead of Mimra. So about Exceeli, their team composition is so promising and so consistent. That's actually the reason they have a good chemistry with among themselves, and that's why they just do not cluster in any given misses, even any given reasons. So there is a fact that we all know one day, maybe one day, I can be wrong, though we both can be wrong, that one day Exili may get dethroned. But Exili, being the absolute emperors here, they're really not looking forward to give up their empire anytime soon. But at a time, there is obviously gonna be a time when we are gonna be seeing GSC having GSC or any other teams having the upper hand here. But either way, we'll have to see how these lineups are gonna be going down. But I believe this is gonna take a while because we are not seeing the last player from the side of GSC joining the lobby. And personally, we are already, and speak of the devil, we are gonna be seeing Mog joining the lobby. So that's actually a good side here. So I believe we can start the match pretty soon, because come on guys, we've been talking for a very long time, and trust me, we want to talk obviously, because obviously we are being the shoutcasters here, but on top of that, we want to see the actions as well. We understand what's the adrenaline happening in the players' veins. We know how hyped you are to support your own favorite teammates and teams as well. But there is a lot to see about that. We will have to get into the game as fast as we can because, come on, guys, how long can we annoy you with our annoying voices? So, that being said, I think we can start the match of Ascent. That's gonna be the first map of the day. GSC selected that map, and Exceeli is gonna be attacking. So let's not waste any more further time. We're gonna be heading into the matchup. Please, let's get this over with. So the map of Ascent. Well, they say it's Jet's fault. Let's see if it is Jet's fault or not. Either way, we are actually not going to be investigating on that. We're going to be heading into the game. And actually, on the pre-round stage, we did mention that you have to know your deaths by heart, and you will have to understand that every life is a lesson. For the side of Exceeli, I didn't see any big fault lines from their end, but GSC and Instinct Esports, GSC, Instinct Esports, and Mercenaries, they're also competing against Exceeli so far. Well, do not forget LRX though, but they actually have to they'll have to get a broad amount of experience here to fight against Exceeli for the time being. But I hope they will be able to recover from it because every single time after the stream comes to an end, we do mention that we believe the streamers. We're streaming it for the entertainment purposes, obviously, but on top of that, we really expect the players to come back to these VODs to learn from their mistakes. Because if you are learning from mistakes, only then you're going to be able to adapt and you'll be able to improve with your mistakes, the silly mistakes, or everything in between.
Choose your agent.
I think I heard someone, but back to the topic. So I believe from the side of Exceeli, we're actually seeing 2 players AFK because I'm not even seeing HQ selecting any specific agents at all. So it's a bummer. I think we're gonna be going back to the lobby, or I guess it's just a bug. I guess it is a bug. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to take a break. We'll have to understand what's actually happening, and do stay tuned. We're gonna be right back after a short while. So finally, we're gonna be back with the matchup once again, and with all the players available on the board. Hopefully, we're gonna be seeing the action happening right now on the map of Ascent. Let's see how the map of Ascent is slightly elevated than to compared to the Earth level, but either way, we can actually expect some shakiness coming in. Let's see if we're gonna be seeing that or not. I did see a Yoru in behind the curtain from the side of Sasuke, but no, he's actually gonna be opting to go for the Phoenix here. So from the side of GSC here, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing 4 duelists. Impressive.
Okay.
So, I presume the map itself is not going to survive for very long because with so many duelists in the board, I'm pretty sure there's many players who's going to be more than happy to go for the entry. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having Redex only as the smoker or the controller, and aside him, all of them are going to be made to kill. Let's see how GSC is going to be playing this matchup. Because Savage, I really thought he's going to be going for the Sova here, and I expected Sasuke to go for the Cypher, but turns out they're actually not going to be going for that. They're actually opting to go for the... you can actually see that there's no reason to explain that anyways, but for the side of Exceeli, wait a second. There's actually something I'm seeing for the first time. Zolo Crazy is playing the Omen. He's not on a duelist. Hate is gonna be going for the Phoenix, so we're not... This is something new for me. Fancy 9 and Misa is gonna be the only players who's gonna be sticking to their usual roles, but alright, that's actually something new for us and really interesting to say, as we're going to be seeing Zolo fighting the bullet first, and Savage is going to be talking the grenade inside, and there you go, the people are going to be escalating, and Zolo can the kill feed. GSP is going to start their rampage right here, and after a storm, we're going to be seeing the lonely Sova or Missile. He's going to be the only survivor in a 1v2 situation with Impact. He'll be able to connect the shot, but no, he does not. Rex is going to find his shot, and that's how he's going to eliminate and get the first round in favor of BD Headhunters, or just Headhunters. And
Well,
trust me, the agent lineup, it was very confusing for me because it's the first time we are seeing it for the first time. But either way, a good start for the side of GSC.
well, speaking of that, the lineup, the drafting we're seeing right now is basically that maybe GSC HH is gonna, give Exceeli the taste of their own medicine, being extremely aggressive and just to destroy them in gunfights. They're just planning to, use the duelists for their start. So anyways, we're seeing push right here, almost there, but we're seeing Rizal take back the frag, Mock getting one kill, Sasuke another. We're seeing Mock trying to, handle up the angle, still playing extremely aggressive, trying to
One enemy remaining.
but then Rex
Spike
goes
down
for a double
A.
kill over here. We are seeing last one, and this is an excellent flank coming from. Good callouts, good coordination. 2 of the rounds gone in a nutshell, and that's in a split second. And we did not see it coming from GSC HH. And Exceeli still looking, slow, still not able to understand what's going on right now. I guess Exceeli is still, trying to understand the nature and the gravity of the things and waiting for their opponents to make the next mistake. We are seeing full buy on Exceeli, and what I think is right now, Exceeli is gonna roar.
Well, we'll have to see about that. They are going for the full buys here, but for the side of GSC, we're actually seeing some good guns on their hands as well, including the very famous Judge in the hands of Savage. So let's see if they can make these weapons count, because the previous round so far, GSC has been very aggressive, but they also opted to go for a very patient push. Actually, we know them for their aggression, but for now, actually it is gonna be rewarded. It's actually not gonna reward the side of GSC either, because ASAP is gonna bite a bullet very early, and for the reflex, we're gonna be seeing Rex taking a kill back, but he is gonna be taken out instantly by HQ. So Exceeli will be having the manpower advantage for the time being, but for the side of GSC, they're also trying to be very vigilant, and I think their main key here is to be aggressive. Shufik is not gonna pay attention to the smoke, and he's gonna be taken out by Mock. Mock looking for more, as there is the Sova near the vicinity, and Mock is just gonna push up. He's not having any of the fears. He's just going in for the push, but in the end, he's gonna be shut down by HQ as Savage did get a kill onto
Last player standing.
onto HQ, but in the end, we're gonna be seeing a 1v1 for the side of Missile, and
30
Sasuke.
seconds left.
So we are actually seeing equal amount of advantages on both sides. It's gonna be the Vandal, or we're gonna be seeing the Phantom coming up on top. Sasuke knows the information what is actually happening because he is opting to go for his opponent is going for the plant here, and the plant is gonna go down successfully. Sasuke most likely gonna flash Missile, and he does do that, but the recon bolt is unfortunately gonna miss, and there's the Maul is coming down, and now I think Missile knows exactly where his team is gonna be coming from, and he is gonna go for the clutch, and he will find the kill, and that's how we're gonna be seeing Exceeli taking their own first round in their favor. A very well executed round, but I must admit the round did come to a very disgusting bloodbath, to say the least. So that was a good move so far, but I presume Exceeli can hold on to that. GSC is actually gonna be going for a full buy here, but for some reason, okay, actually Aesop doesn't have the ultimate either. So why is he opting to go for the shorty? But no, actually he's gonna be going for the judge here. So once again, we're gonna be seeing the infamous gun in the hands of the Jet. Let's see if he can make it work or not. Back to you, Kalashnikov.
Well, seeing this, we're seeing like Sasuke trying to be really aggressive on the side of A, and we're seeing promising pushes coming already over there. Shufix takes the frag off the board and trying to escape.
Oh,
Hawk.
take a
Oh my
discipline.
god!
Take a discipline.
They're just, oh my god, they're just oblivious about Mock pushing them. Where are your headphones, guys? Did you just open it? Anyways, we're seeing Thanos on the other side. Aesop trying to make an angle out here. What happens next? Trying to see some angles over here. Mizal takes back the side of board. If he take the second, yes he does. With a headshot, and now we are seeing Aesop pushing off angles like that. Oh my god! Did you see that?
Well,
Spike planted.
we just did.
Yeah, so this is a 2-1 situation. We see the Hunter Fury coming off. That's up some damage, but couldn't manage to do the third. Almost, that was a good, what do you call it, detection over there. Yep, did some damage. Mizzle holding off the angle, trying to make some angles right over here. Let's see what happens next. It's really few seconds off the clock, and now we are seeing pushes coming off. It's the Aesop trying to take back the angle. Aesop knows where everyone is. He does! He's checking for another one! Nice clutch by GSCHH. Really good teamwork, really good entry. Sneaky Bicky like, that's what you love to see. Still working out here with big brains GSCHH with 3-1 for Exceeli.
Exceeli did have a very good start on the previous round, but the frags actually favored the side of GSC a lot because they were so patient with their strategies. Because you know, the moment the Omen was taken out by it was the Omen who was taken out by a missile, and he was falling back. I really admired the trigger discipline from the side of Mock, and he just followed him, and and finally he led him to his teammates. And the bait itself was so nice and so spicy that GSC just found themselves on the top, and looks like they are going to be able to do so in the upcoming rounds as well. And Mock will be taking some damage for the time being, and GSC did deny the lead in the ult of Exceeli. Oh my god, look at that disgusting shot, but in the end, they are going to find the refrag either way, but Savage is going to find a refrag once again, but look at the kill feed, it's hard for him to cover that, but HQ is going to find a double kill right there, and suddenly we're going to be seeing a big collapse from the side of GSC. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Exceeli were on a half buy / eco round, so their progress is really promising for the time being. Aesop here is going to be running with the blades from here with 6 HP to work with. He won't be able to open up the door in any given reason, so I think he will have to go for a rotation from the heaven area. He can opt to do for that, but that is going to be most likely predicted by the side of Exceeli because they are looking at the general direction, along with the Phoenix cutting off the rotation from the side of the attacker spawn. So Solo most likely have seen Aesop, so he's just gonna walk towards one, but there's a drop coming in, and there is a Paranoia which will be deployed, but it is just a bait. The Paranoia is gonna be tossed in, and now there is the kick coming in from the side of Zolo, and he's gonna find that kill, and that's how we're gonna be seeing Exceeli taking the second round. Even after that, we're gonna be seeing GSC having the lead, but a good run from the side of Exceeli, and presumably they are also doing good, but GSC just could not hang on with their aggressions and with their strategies. That's why their strategies collapsed in the previous round, but I believe from this round they should be able to earn 1 or 2 rounds, or maybe they're going to be able to hold on to the lead for the time being.
Well, holding on a lead against Exceeli is not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard because GSCHH has to be really, precise about their pushes, precise about their aggression. Because aggression is good, but not being able to execute the aggression properly is gonna get you very expensive. You're gonna lose a lot of weapons, a lot of credits, which is not gonna be really good. So, anyways, we're seeing location reveal coming up and rocket fuse on the side. Let's see what it works. It doesn't. It does some damage, but we're seeing Shufrix taking 2 of the kills just by that, and really quick 2 kills we're seeing, and we're seeing Sasuke making a stand. Sadly, he won't be able to. It was a really good fight. Mizal trying to get a frag off the board. Ace up, he misses the shotgun. Can he make it? No, he doesn't. Shufrix just jumps aboard and gets the easy classic burst. And that's how they win the round. Nice one by Exceeli Esports. Exceeli is now understanding the situation. Exceeli is countering every aggression GSCHH is putting against them. So that making Exceeli coming back to their form once again.
Exili did go for the very aggressive push, and they did manage to find an eco round on their opponent's eco. So that was a very successful round to say the least. But for the side of GST, I think they are also trying to save their creds. But for some given reason, I'm actually seeing at least one judge in their hands. So I know that they're really confident with that gun, but is it really gonna be rewarding for them? And so far they have made it successful,
Spike
and looks like they're
down.
gonna be keeping doing so. And why would you peek? Dude, you smoke my man with an operator in hand. Savage is gonna find a double, but not the triple, as he is gonna be shut down by Hitker through the smoke. And that is how we're gonna be seeing the operator taken out very early. GSC, they're actually not playing
One
with
enemy
the
remaining.
playing by understanding the situation, because they're actually being way more over aggressive than they should have been. But in the end, we're gonna be seeing it's all up to the hands of Zolo. He will recover a Vandal, and he is gonna be going. Actually, it's always his own Vandal. Most likely, we're gonna be seeing him going to the side of B, because B is completely clear for the plan. Or he can also try to go for a fake B, and then he can TP to the side of A. But do note, his opponent counterpart Omen is also gonna be having the Out of Shadows to use. And Zolo Crazy is just gonna go for the silent drop, and I think he's just gonna bait it out. He's gonna check every single corner, and he is actually trying to go for the spike down, and I think he's gonna be able to do so.
Spike
And the spike
planted.
goes down successfully. He does have the Art of Shadows even now, but he's gonna try to block all of the entrances with the smokes for the denial. He'll have to burn a lot of time here, but for the side of GSC, their manpower should be doable here. Without the paranoia, this is gonna be hard for the side of GSC, but in the end, Mock is just gonna go for the double peak, and they are gonna be able to make it happen. And Mock, he's just gonna stand there. Oh, okay, he's actually, I think, trying to take a cover, trying to take a breather. Yeah, I did a clutch, and in the end, he's gonna set for the defuse, and he is gonna find a round for his team. And we're gonna be seeing a pause timer from the side of Exceeli, because Fancy did get disconnected. So GSC will deny the lead in favor of Exceeli. So that's good, but Exceeli is actually having a hard time taking the lead for the time being, because GSC is playing so aggressively, so boldly, but still they're coming up on top. So that's good progress from the side of GSC. But do note, Exceeli is actually damaging their economy, because on the previous round we did see Aesop rocking through the smoke with an operator, which is actually not something done by the side of Exceeli, but a very stupid mistake on the side of GSC. If they can hang on, they should be able to give Exceeli a run for their money, but I think they're just gonna hang on or something. This is actually getting slightly confusing for me to predict, because I'm seeing so many role swaps, so many strategical swaps, so many different plays from both of the sides, because we know GSC is the underdog, and they are a team who have came so far with little to less resistances. So obviously there's gonna be some people who are gonna be surprised to see their performances. They're really gonna be disheartened if they see, or they're gonna have a broken. They're actually gonna be sad if they see Exceeli collapsing. But you know, we just say empires come to an end. So let's see if the empire is gonna be coming to an end or not. But for the time being, we'll have to wait if Hansina is gonna be joining. Yes, he did. I wonder if Exceeli can equalize it once again, because we are going for another full buy.
Well, seeing
Excuse me
excuse me,
right there.
seeing Exceeli right there, we are seeing, that amount of aggression coming from both of the teams. Well, GSCHH could have been, a bit more, like playing really passive because right now they don't want, sorry, they don't want Exceeli to just push in and get the kills and just expose their heads so that Exceeli can tap it on and get the round back. So I think GSCHH should be really careful about what they're doing. So we're seeing Exceeli Esports trying to pick off the angles, going for a full push at A. They're trying to do that. I hope so they are. Let's see Sasuke. He was going for the run it back. Did go for some push, but did not find anyone making him. Not making. Let's see one more. And Shoefrix takes back the frag of the world, which is really nice one coming from Shoefrix. Really good way to lure out your enemy over there. We are seeing Shoefrix taking back a frag. Shoefrix on a on a rampage right now on a third kill. And it's all up to one guy, and so much for one guy. Mog gets taken out by Zolo Crazy. Easy round taken. Like, let me tell you something, Crystal. Like, GSCHH knew that every one of the players of Exceeli was at A. I'm astonished to see no rotations coming by. I'm astonished to see people drawing out from their own position, trying to get the kill. It was really, sad to watch. There was no flank coming from mid. There was no flank coming from the garden, making it really easy for Exceeli to just get inside and take. Because when you're defending, when you're basically retaking, you have to be really slow and steady. Yeah, you don't need to be really slow, but you have to be steady. A bit faster is okay, but being too fast on a retake can be really damaging to your team. Anyways, coming back to the round, Crystal.
So we're gonna be seeing Exceeli going for another full buy here while GSC is gonna be on an eco. Mog does have a Vandal in his hand. On the previous round, I did see Mog having 3,400 creds in his pocket, and he didn't buy for his teammate. So he's actually going for this buy now, but do note this Vandal may not be very effective for the time being. So it's really awkward to see them going for this type of plays for the time. And I don't know if their economy management is actually going through the comms or not, but either way, we're actually going to be seeing the casualties causing the side of GSC. There is obviously a flashbang coming in. Mog's going to get tagged and he's going to be forced to pull out the chip. He will do that. H2 is going to eliminate Sasuke, and now that is going to be putting GSC on a very bad situation when it comes to manpower. So having the non-exclusive weaponry, and on top of that, with the random advantage, this is actually gone to the side of GSC if you ask me. But in the end, we're going to be seeing Seven getting one kill, almost a double, but no, he's not going to win the gunfight against Zolo Vandal right there. And that's how we're going to be seeing Exceeli taking the lead for the first time on the whole map. But, better late than never. So that is a good side from the side of Exceeli, and I really hope they're going to be able to hold on to that. But for GSC, there's something kind of awkward if you ask me, because their strategies are so, bold, if I may say. Because you did mention the rotations, but they're just committing to an objective. Let's say a player is going to objective A, they're just gonna commit to it. He's not gonna take any rotation, and even if he does, he's just waiting for the final confirmation that if it's really the objective they're trying to go for the plant or not. Because if you are really doing that, that's actually good commitment, but you have to believe your teammates, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know if it's really the case from the side of GSC now, but if it is, this is really gonna damage their economy and their teamwork, and they will not take the victory against Exceeli.
Exceeli getting the first strike off the board. We're seeing push on Exceeli on the garden side on the mid. Mid total has been relieved by GSCHH. There's the first strike coming off, but GSC Mock takes back one more frag off the board. We're seeing man advantage on the side of Exceeli Esports. Defenders really low on men right now. GSCHH We're seeing Hunter Fury coming off. Really good one from Mizzle. Could get a frag, could get some damage. Can he finish it? No, he doesn't. So we are seeing GSC Mock on full HP. Only the Empress is left. Sadly for Savage, he gets hit down in a position like he shouldn't be there. We're seeing 1v3 situation. Mock knows where everyone is here. Plant is going off. Mock is going for the angle check.
Spike plant.
Can he get the first frag? He does! That's flick! And can he get a second? He gets the second! It's only 1v1 situation coming right now. Doesn't check the habit. Gonna get him bad for this. He's gonna pick it. He's gonna get it. And he's gonna get for the defuse. Nice round coming out from Mock doing 1v3 against Exceeli Esports. Nice round. Excellent gunfight strategy, and he is happy about it. He sure should be against Exceeli. Mock never fails to amaze GSC, never he does, and he is the #1 terrorizing for Exceeli, because we saw him also taking the ace against Exceeli Esports in this same tournament, and that makes him one of the, one of the most terrorizing player in whole of Valorant Bangladesh region. Excellent one from Mark.
Mog didn't even use his ultimate back there. If I was him, I would have used the Empress, but looks like he is Mog for a reason. That's why he just did not need to use that. But that 1v3 4K was so impressive. For the side of Exceeli, they had everything in their favor. But in the end, Mog is just gonna pick every single player one by one, and he's not gonna have any problem with that. And looks like for the side of Exceeli, they're also trying to be very aggressive. But in the meantime, we're gonna be seeing ZoloCrazy getting punished for that as he was walking through the Molly. But he didn't get the kill, so that's on the bright side. But
One enemy
there is
remaining.
the equalization coming in from the side of Exceeli, and they are going to be able to go for a very fast verification as they will pick out every single player available from the side of
Last
BSC.
round in the half.
But it has been a very sweaty half on the first map on the grand finals of ESPL Bangladesh Invitationals Season 3. My, oh my. I'm really astonished with the play, if you ask me. And yes, Mog is undoubtedly a force to be reckoned with. There is a lot of things in the air, but in the end, he's actually proving himself, and I believe he's going to be able to hold on to that. And for now, we're going to be seeing Exceeli taking the lead, and that is going to be a 6-5 scoreline, and undoubtedly this is going to be a very balanced split. But for the side of BSC, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to equalize it. 7-5 is also doable, but I'm really excited to see what they have to offer. But looks like the timing we're going to be seeing Exceeli on the top, as BO3 is going to have the opener here, and looks like H is looking for his own kill, and he was on the running back, and it will get cancelled out just in time. Trick is just going to find one more kill, and they will find the spike plant just in time. And now Trick is going to, oh no, that's so sad, my boy. And he is going to find one kill, and Mog is going to deploy his own Empress. And with the Empress on the loose, that is going to be a hard task for the side of Exceeli, because we did see him going for his clutch. And is he going to be on the clutch this time? No, he's not going to be able to find that. For the time being, Exceeli is going to shut him down, and that is going to be a good half on the side of GSC and Exceeli. 7-5 is going to be the split. And what a first half on the first map. GSC did not have the lead, but do you note the performance they brought on the board? It was very nasty and very I don't know how to put it. I just lost my words, but you love to see it. 7-5.
Well, actually, GSC with that amount of aggression, their gambles, their positioning, their strategies right now. Like to be honest, GSC HH is not going for any strategy. They're just going for linear pushes, getting linear defenses, just hold off angle, getting the aggressive peaks, retaking fast, trying to kill. That's what making them a really good one. So we saw them playing valiantly against a team like Exceeli, like for their last matches. I mean, they are performing excellently fast. And right now, with them in attack, this is gonna be one hell break loose. And we're seeing one Molotov coming up on the side of Exceeli. Hate Crew gets one frag to the smoke. Nice one by Hate Crew, falls back at a good time. Will he get the second frag? No, he doesn't. Misses on. ZoloCrazy takes back one frag. And that's that. Aesop takes another frag off the board. Aesop gets a second one. ZoloCrazy takes back the side. It's all up to Mok. Will Mok make it happen? Let's see what happens next. Mok misses the shot. Mok is on Frenzy. Mok, you shouldn't have taken Frenzy because you are an aimer. You are too good with Ghost rather than this weapon. Anyways, we're seeing Mok trying to get back the enemy. One really low, trying to understand the position, predicting. He's making the angle first. He's checking. He doesn't know he's behind him. That's what he does. Reload goes up. Will he do it? No, he couldn't. Fancy gets the burst off the floor and kills off Mok and mocks him up. Mox gets mocked this time instead. Really nice try by Mok. Really nice try by GSC. But the round goes in favor of Exceeli in their gunfights. Nice one, I should say.
Well, we're seeing some casual salt being poured on the recipe, and we're really not surprised to see this, because both of the teams we're seeing today, they love to do that, and we can't actually do much about it. But for the time being, we're going to be seeing GSC losing the second pistol round. But aside that, from the side of GSC, I think their 4 duelist composition can be rewarding this time, because for some reason we're actually not seeing the dwellers coming to a very useful strategy because Monk is having 19 kills on his name. I can see that. We all can see that. But aside that, Aesop, yeah, he is usually the jet player who is also a he's the second duelist or the second entry, or can be the first as well. But I I don't know why Savage had to go for the Raze here, why Sasuke had to go for the Phoenix here, because now they're actually lacking information. They can get the kills, but I don't know. Without information, you can do so much. And look at that, there is obviously mistakes coming in because we did see the Phoenix missing the Mole, and in the end, it's just gonna be a bloodbath as we're gonna be seeing BD Headhunters or JC Headhunters falling like flies in the hands of Exceeli. And do note, it was an eco run from their end, so they can actually do so, but it just doesn't make sense to me because you need the information either way, and as they are lacking with it, they're actually struggling. Do note, with Sova and with the Cypher, Exceeli is also fragging it out because we did see Fancy getting a clutch on his own by eliminating Mok, and Zolo is actually a player we see playing Reyna or Jet, but he's still doing pretty good work for the time being as a smoker, so having the flexibility on your team is actually going to allow a good amount of confidence in the strategy, but looks like for the time, Exceeli is going to have the most, GSC is going to have the most of the confidences because we're going to be seeing them finding 3 kills. Mok with a very aggressive switch onto 2 of the
one
players, one inside
remaining.
of Harry Potter, one inside of the switch. Now it's all up to Zolo. He's going to find a low HP Raze right there. And now he will have to find pushes, and including them,
One enemy remaining.
Mok as well, and looks like Mok is gonna deny Nightmare either way. Mok is gonna find a 3K right there, and the rounds itself are going so damn aggressive, ladies and gentlemen. I just wonder how the strategies has been, because you know they don't have any strategies. The only strategies we're seeing from both of these teams is just we're gonna get 5 kills and that's it. Doesn't matter where we're going from, doesn't matter where we're gonna be pushing from. It is actually one objective and one objective only. We are going to be going for the 5 kills we're looking for. And looks like on the side of both, we're seeing the same. And yeah, it is going to be putting a scoreline of 6-9. And you know, you're not going to be able to stop me. 6-9 and 6-9. Nice.
Get out of my way.
Standing ahead.
So anyways, we're seeing geometry class coming out from the side, and also we're seeing linear pushes coming off once again. Expected ones. We're seeing Fancy holding this angle, Fancy getting tricked out because he knows things are there. I guess so. He does, and Sasuke takes back Fancy off the board.
Oh my god,
Mok
that's
takes on Zolo Crazy on the same time. Although Sasuke is low HP, we are seeing Mok getting the push. And getting inside the air, we're seeing, you know, the blade burst coming off, and there's a jump coming up from the side of Shufrix, trying to, you know, jump and get some information. Cloud burst on the floor. We're seeing linear pushes coming out from the side of Shufrix. Does he know what's going on? Shufrix, what are you doing? Is that cheating? He just.
Headshot.
Oh my God! Shufrix getting double kill!
One enemy
Got that
remaining.
kill! Oh my lord! Hello, Shufrix?
The intermission was so solid from the side of Exceeli. They just cut off one by one of the side of Exceeli. And Shufrix is gonna shake his own mouse for now in response to Mok's mouse shaking. You know, it's actually the excitement of the players that they're actually performing very well and they're really proud of themselves. And they should be proud of themselves, especially for the time being. We're seeing Shufrix doing the same. He didn't have the information from the side of the Jet, and you can see that they are communicating. They are actually having the solid information, and they're actually trying to play with the blind spot of GSC. I'm talking about Exceeli actually. So as they are doing so, they're actually getting rewarded because without that, it would not have worked out. But either way, we're going to be seeing GSC going for a very aggressive push once again. Every single time we are going for a B execution. Well, you know, I presume objective A does not exist, and I'm just gonna go with the flow. So we did see two bodies from the side of Exceeli falling very early. But do know, last time it was the same case, but Exceeli was able to go for the retake, and they were able to hang on. But this time around, I think they're just going to be a bit more vigilant from the side of GSC. So let's see if they can burn the time here. Do know that the ace-up is extremely low on it, and Maul's going to take some burn from his own teammate. He's going to take over, but he's going to find a kill with Zolo. There is a two kills from the side of Misal. He's going to find a third as well, and I think he's going to be looking for more. And yes, he will. No, he does not. Monk is going to set him down. It's all up to Savage. It's going to be escalated to a 1v1 Monk. There. It doesn't seem like he knows the location, but looks like H2 knows the location. And now he's going to be doing the peek, and he's going to go for the peek, and he's going to find the kill as well. And the spike itself has went to a point of no return, but it does not matter. And actually it does matter because it is going to claim the life of Monk. 7-10 is going to be the scoreline, and what a round from the side of GSC. We do see Exceeli on the driver's seat, but I wonder if they're going to be able to hold on to that, because with GSC's current performance, trust me, I wouldn't be able to continue, or should I say, I wouldn't be able to predict that. But this is Exceeli we're talking about, so let's see if they can exceed the limits.
Speaking of exceeding limits, right now, in the current situation of
Joke's over! You're dead!
making them one of the most powerful ones right now, and we are seeing Sasuke on ultimate running back,
No charges
making
left.
angles here, doesn't get any kills, sadly it is until it's over, and Hate Crew still holding up this angle. That progress, we're seeing Mock on the first frag of the border. Shufrix, Ace-up misses every shot. We got a putty defense coming out of Ace-up, and he gets putty to dies by the shotgun.
Enemy remaining.
Hate Crew. Anyways, we're seeing the Hunter Street coming off. Hello? Okay. This is becoming really fun. Like, this is really fun to watch. We are seeing match rather than a comedy. Although we're just seeing, you know, a really, the grand final taste or something, a really, serious match. But things happening in this match is really funny to watch. And watching these things happen is like, 1 of 1,000 moments in Valorant.
Indeed, and Misal, he did go for the 100 spree, but as he was going for that, his teammate fell, and the cover he had, it just blew in seconds, and Mob and Savage just found him while his pants were down, and he just couldn't do much but accept his fate, and Mock is gonna put him out of his misery. We did see the 8th round going in favor of the side of GSC, and looks like Mock is being extremely vigilant, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the scoreboard, because we can see Mock having 29 kills upon his name. The Reina player is really shaking up the map for the time being, followed up by Misal's 20, but that's literally one-third the kills of Mock. Well, I guess this is gonna be keeping in a continuation order, but either way, we're gonna be seeing a very slow push from the side of GSC this time, because on the previous rounds, the map itself was very loud after the barriers were opened. But now it's not gonna be the case. We did see an entry from the side of Team Exceeli, so I think it is gonna be a B execution once again. You know, there's a lot of setups coming in. Ace-up is gonna find a kill on the Shufrix, so that is gonna allow them to go for a rotation. Ace-up is actually gonna be rather going with his teammates. So on to
30 seconds
the
left.
out of shadows coming in, which is gonna be Zolo, which is gonna be joining his teammates. Ace-up is gonna find one of the fancy, but he's not gonna find the Omen, as Zolo is gonna shut him down, and it's gonna be a 3v3 situation. The Omen, however, has the out of shadows active. If Revex wants to take it, he can take it right now, because A is completely clear, but no, he does not do so, and that is going to transfer the ownership of the spike to the side of the defenders. Mob is going to take a 1v3 here without too much time, and I think he should be able to go for the save, but no, he does not do anything, and H2 is going to eliminate him, and that is obviously going to temper the momentum from the side of the GSC. Exceeli will have 11 rounds upon their name, and that's a really good progress for the time being. And GSC is actually on the brink of do or die situation here, because if they are allowing their opponents to take one more map, or should I say one more round, this is going to be match point for them. And that situation, it's really obvious that you are going to be losing that map. But let's see if Miracle is going to be happening. The Miracle will have to wait, and the round number 19 is going to be happening right now.
And we're seeing a Leo push towards a push, but Zolo Crazy gets wrangled. Zolo Crazy, Shufrix, what are you doing? Hate Crew?
Spike down A.
Destroyed, obliterated the whole team. Exceeli, what are you doing? They just stopped the full push.
Right here.
I mean, that amount of teamwork, that amount of vigilancy coming out from the Exceeli Esports, wiping out GSC Headhunters like that. Mock is in real trouble, and Exceeli Esports is mocking him to come back, and this is gonna be really sad for Mock. Mock still waiting on this angle to peak. He is surrounded on both of the sides. Nowhere he's coming back. He has to do something, or it's nothing. It's only one thing he'll have to do. It's Empress. Empress gonna go inside, or he's gonna die. That's all. Everything he's gonna do. He's gonna peek it, and he's gonna peek it, and he dies. Jeez! Surprise, man! Surprise! That's how you get surprised.
Match point.
And that's match point for Exceeli Esports. And we are seeing 8 on the score of GSCHH. GSCHH has to put this to overtime, or else this map is gone.
Well, GSC actually ended up in a very bad situation, and they were a fish in a barrel for the side of Exceeli. They just had to take the shots, and we did see Zolo being the smoke criminal, hiding inside of the smokes, and then he got the kills while players of GSC were oblivious and they were caught off guard. So that was a good move, but for the time we're going to be seeing GSC, they'll have to push. They will have to throw everything they have in order to push it to overtime, because there's no way they're going to be able to take this map other than pushing for overtime. And as we're at it, we're going to be seeing GSC going for extremely aggressive pushes. We can see HQ going for the run back. It's not going to be effective, unfortunately. Fancy9, however, is going to fall, and from the side of Exceeli, we are seeing a full buy. So they will have to make it work. This is match point for them, so they can make it work. Zolo Crazy is not gonna give away his location. Mock, however, is gonna give away his own location by taking a reload. And Zolo and Mock knows exactly where each other is, and Zolo's got a couple on top on that, and Spike has gone down, so they can rely on that. And the operator is going to be going down, but I don't see any casualties yet. We're going to be seeing GSC trying to burn the time as much as they can. Sasuke is going to spot out his twin brother, and he's going to get paranoid. He does have a stinger to work with, and there's a drop coming in, and there is the kill coming in as well. And now, I don't think this is going to be going in favor of GSC in any means necessary. The only player surviving is Savage, and is he going to be able to do much with a stinger? He is going to be going for the flank. He's going to find first. He's going to find the second. He's going to have to take the aim, and he's going to find it. But the time is ticking, and he just have to push in. But no, he does not.
Win.
The clock and the defusal is going to give away the victory to the hands of Missile. And that is going to be the first map going in favor of Exceeli. What an execution, ladies and gentlemen. Nice try by GSC to hang on, but they just could not burn the time enough. And their strategies are gonna be mixed in the dust in a matter of seconds. So sad for the Rays that he did go for the draw, but there were no time to go for the denial, as Missile just committed to it, and he found the round he was looking for. First map of the board, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, the first map itself has been a nasty one, to say the least.
Speaking of nastiness we're seeing of the board, we're seeing this kind of aggression coming out from the side of Exceeli Esports. Exceeli Esports, I have to speak about them because Exceeli Esports being the undefeated champions till now, their gameplay, like first few rounds, like in every match I've seen in first few rounds, the opponent, whether it's the lower tier bracket team or the higher tier bracket team, anyone will just obliterate Exceeli on first 3 or 4 rounds. After that, I don't know what happens. Like, magic falls apart and Exceeli starts to, put Octane on the whole road and burn it down. Burn the whole team down. Like, literally, every team I saw playing them, like, literally, they just burn everyone down. That's how Exceeli plays. That's how Exceeli always executes, never falls back, never fall back to the point where Exceeli is so much, vigilant, so much powerful in their gunfights, in their game sense, in their push, in their predictions. It's unprecedented, unmatchable till this day in the region of Bangladesh. I have to say, BD Headhunters tried their best till now, did really try. I hope next time will be their time. And through all of this experience gained from Exceeli Esports, BD Headhunters should be coming back, should be making a difference soon.
Well, speaking of next time, we are not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it did sound like we're coming to an end, but do know this is not the end. there's one or at least one more map, or should I say it can be two maps in case we see GSA taking the second map in their favor. So obviously the action itself is not coming to an end yet. So we're going to be getting into a break, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be right back with a map of Split played by both of these teams. Let's see who takes their victory on the second map. Do stay tuned. We're going to be right back after a short while.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে দুটি প্রাইজ পুল সহ দুটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ ৮টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই ৮টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই ৮টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় ৩টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় ৩টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত ৩টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Hello, this is Zar from Sabers Esports. ESPL Valorant PowerUp Bangladesh will start on the 4th of March. Please register at espl.gt to compete against the best teams in Bangladesh. Good luck, guys. ডিফেন্স সাইডে সবথেকে ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস হচ্ছে ইনফরমেশন। এই ইনফরমেশন আমরা তিনভাবে জোগাড় করতে পারি। একটা হচ্ছে ভিশন, সেকেন্ড সাউন্ড, থার্ড হচ্ছে অ্যাবিলিটিস ইউজ করে। আপনারা এভাবে জিগল করে করে ইনফরমেশন নিতে পারেন। দিস ইজ ভিশন। হয় মুভ করে করে আপনারা ইনফরমেশন পেতে পারেন কোথায় এনিমি আসে নাকি না। সাউন্ড আমরা রাউন্ডের শুরুতে যেমন এখানে থাকলে আমরা জানতে পারি যে সিতে কেউ দৌড়াচ্ছে নাকি না। যদি কেউ না থাকে তাহলে আমরা কিছু একটা করতে পারি, পুশ করতে পারি অথবা রোটেট করতে পারি। হয় অ্যাবিলিটিস দিয়ে আপনি ম্যাপে পার্ট ক্লিয়ার করতে পারেন অথবা ইনফরমেশন পেতে পারেন যে এনিমি কোথেকে খেলে। এভাবে আপনি আপনার ডিফেন্সের খেলা ইমপ্রুভ করতে পারেন। গুড লাক।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tassin Ashrafi. Most of you might recognize me as Mizal. I'm the captain of Exceeli Esports Valorant team. So I started gaming in 2015, and back then I used to get destroyed. First of all, you have to understand this is a team game. Secondly, every 5 member cannot frag in a single team. Only 1 or 2 will, and the rest have to support. So after losing a tournament, don't get frustrated and disband the team. Try to sticking together and try to build chemistry and grind together. And lastly, the thing I want to share, I didn't get here in 1 day or even 1 year. It took me years of hard work and determination to perfect my craft and to make a name for myself. Do not be motivated if things do not go your way. We'll start in the same place. Don't give up and keep on striving to get better. So this is Mizail signing off. Peace.
Hello guys, I'm Lunatic from Esports. Today I will give you guys some tips about how to get better on Valorant. So the first thing you can do is you can work with your aim. To get a better aim, you need to learn proper strafing, you need to have perfect sensitivity, and you should have good crosshair placement. Secondly, what you can work is you have to play as much as you can, so eventually you will get better and your game sense will grow up. Thirdly, what you can do is you can work on your communication, because there is a lot of player who has great aim, but because of their communication skills they lose a lot of matches or can be a better team player. If you work on these three: communication, playing as much as you can, and your aim, you will eventually get better on Valorant. That's the key mechanics.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে, এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Hello, this is Zar from Esports. ESPL Valorant PowerUp Bangladesh will start on the 4th of March. Please register at espl.gt to compete against the best teams in Bangladesh. Good luck, guys. ডিফেন্স সাইডে সবথেকে ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস হচ্ছে ইনফরমেশন। এই ইনফরমেশন আমরা তিনভাবে জোগাড় করতে পারি। একটা হচ্ছে ভিশন, সেকেন্ড সাউন্ড, থার্ড হচ্ছে অ্যাবিলিটিস ইউজ করে। আপনারা এভাবে জিগল করে করে ইনফরমেশন নিতে পারেন। দিস ইজ ভিশন। এভাবে মুভ করে করে আপনারা ইনফরমেশন পেতে পারেন কোথায় এনিমি আসে নাকি না। সাউন্ড আমরা রাউন্ডের শুরুতে যেমন এখানে থাকলে আমরা জানতে পারি যে সিতে কেউ দৌড়াচ্ছে নাকি না। যদি কেউ না থাকে তাহলে আমরা কিছু একটা করতে পারি, পুশ করতে পারি অথবা রোটেট করতে পারি। হয় অ্যাবিলিটিস দিয়ে আপনি ম্যাপে পার্ট ক্লিয়ার করতে পারেন অথবা ইনফরমেশন পেতে পারেন যে এনিমি কোথেকে খেলে। এভাবে আপনি আপনার ডিফেন্সের খেলা ইমপ্রুভ করতে পারেন। গুড লাক।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tasman Shafiq. Most of you might recognize me as Mizal. I'm the captain of Exceeli Esports Valorant team. So I started gaming in 2015, and back then I used to get destroyed. First of all, you have to understand this is a team game. Secondly, every 5 member cannot frag in a single team. Only 1 or 2 will, and the rest have to support. So So after losing a tournament, don't get frustrated and disband the team. Try to sticking together and try to build chemistry and grind together. And lastly, the thing I want to share, I didn't get here in one day or even 1 year. It took me years of hard work and determination to perfect my craft and to make a name for myself. Do not be demotivated if things do not go your way. We'll start in the same place. Don't give up and keep on striving to get better. So this is Mizail signing off. Peace.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be back from the break, and we are gonna be having the second map of the day of the grand finals of ESPL Bangladesh Valorant Invitationals. So I'm really excited to see what the second map has to offer for us, for the casters, for the viewers, and from the players, obviously. So on the first map, in case you guys have not kept up with the first stream, it was a very close matchup between GSC and Exceeli. Not to mention the clutch from the side of Mock, a 1v3, but having a scoreline of 18 to 8, sorry, excuse me, the 13 to 8 is really a pretty good scoreline against Exceeli. Well, they could have taken the victory as well, but you know, due to some occurrences, we did see some uh, agent selections having some spices on the board, because I did happen to see 4 of the players going for the duelists. But either way, I'm really expecting to see GSC to go for a bit more of a strategic lineup pickup this time. But they can also kind of surprise me because, you know, on the previous map, we did get some of our own surprises because we saw Zolo Crazy playing Omen. We saw that 4 of the players of GSC went for the duelists and many, many more. And on this map, there's one more element of surprise for us as well. GSC is actually going for the attacking round, and this is the first time in my life, or should I say in my casting life, I've seen Exceeli going for the defensive rounds, because if you are a normal team, you would have gone for your defensive rounds every time. And if it's Exceeli, you are obviously going to be going for the defensive rounds, which is obviously going to give Exceeli the confidence because they are really happy when they are going for the attacking rounds. But this time around, GSC is actually going for their attacking round on their opponent's map. So, all right, all right. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna be happening here.
Well, seeing that, I mean, Exili on a situation like this, it's really, tempting to watch that Exili like that, defending. It's like, I'm also feeling sometimes different, like seeing this, because basically seeing Exili, you know, in this situation, it's really like, different to watch. What do you think? I mean, how is this, so much different from? What do you think? I mean, is this
Uh,
something different you expected?
in which context, actually? I'll have
And in the
to.
context of Exili, like right now, being different, I mean, do you think that Exili being trying something different will make them, draw back a bit, or what?
I really don't think that's gonna be the case, because from the side of Exili on the previous map, we did see them being very, very flexible with their role selections, and I think they are pretty confident with their flexibility, and that's why they're going for that. And thing to go for. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem for that, because you never know as a sentinel player. I'm not saying sentinel players cannot clutch rounds, but as a sentinel player, your role is to play on the backside of the barrages. You're not supposed to take the cavalries head on. But sometimes if you find yourself in the 1v5, 1v4 and it goes on, you will have to be the fragger. You'll have to take the kills for your team, and you may also need to go for the spike hand or the diffuser. So you need the flexibility, because you never know when the occurrence is gonna come in, and it is gonna make you a very better player. Because if you are a one trick, trust me guys, it's really not gonna be going in favor of you. I'm not saying one tricking is bad. You obviously can be a master of one, and actually a very good side to be on, but do note, being a jack of all trades is always a brighter choice. So Exili being that, I think they can pull off a good amount of plays from here, but they will have to hang on to that. TSC is also trying their best, but being frag heads is not going to help you work, because do note, ladies and gentlemen, when you're winning a game of a competitive game, competitive title, your kills don't matter. Your teamwork matters. For an example, we can see on the previous map of Essen, Mog has a whopping 33 kills. It can be 31 kills on his name. But it just did not matter. Yes, he had a lot of kills. And he did outshine his teammates. He did outshine the performances of individual performances from the side of Exceeli. But even then, Exceeli came up on top. Yeah, we did see that Mog did take all of his teammates on his back and he did go for the carries. But every once in a while you are gonna fail with the carries because your team coordination, team communication is gonna reward you the most. And that being said, I'm really excited to see what is going to be happening on this map because Mog is a force to be reckoned with, but Exceeli is an absolute unit. And there is obviously some assumptions from the side of GSC that some of the players on GSC are the major drawbacks. Like one day I was actually not casting the match and I saw a comment that someone said that GSC Elias is actually a drawback from the side of GSC because he was not having too much frags. But do note, he was an Omen player and he is supposed to block off the angles. So he did his work. But in the end, GSC did come up on top. So it does not matter if you are not performing with the kills, if you are having the communications, if you are planning that, it will also reward that. For an final example, we did see Fancy not having too much kills on the previous map, but they still won. Fancy did find a clutch of his own as well. So it's just there, and we did find the players going for their individual plays. But without further ado, I know I have been doing a lot with the history lesson, but enough of the history lesson. We're going to be heading into the match of Split. We're going to be seeing 4 duelists once again from the side of GSC. Okay. This is something we usually do not see. And whoa, my God! We're actually gonna be seeing a Yoru being locked in, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be interesting. A first time for the Japanese man. Let's see if Sasuke can do much with the Yoru. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be extremely exciting. 5 duelists from their end, but do know this is also gonna hamper their strategies a lot because they are not having absolutely any information agents. Aside the Rage's Boombot, they're obviously going in blind and they won't have any smokes. Aside Jet's Cloudburst, but after the recent Jet nerf, she's not actually a replacement for their role because the smoke is supposed to cover Jet and Jet only, not his teammates or her teammates. And it's gonna evaporate soon, and that can be a major drawback from the side of GSC. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be seeing the fifth round coming in and a full 5 duelist lock. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna watch this a bit more precisely. I wanna see how the players are gonna be playing this.
Well, actually, about the players, like I am like really astonished that like that they're just not giving up. I mean, come on. I mean, they're just gonna kill Exceeli. They don't care they're gonna win or not. They don't care about the draft or coordination. What they're gonna care is they're gonna kill Exceeli. That's what they're gonna do. So yeah, really nice to watch such action coming up from side of GSC like that. Anyways, we're seeing a hold at B, holding at B. Yeah, it's a hold, and we're seeing them to be really patient this time with the other. And looking like that, it's looking really also like us to Aesop. Are you ready? Aesop gets fragged by Exceeli. Oh my God, that's one frag coming off the board. Hate Crew gets one of the frag. There's a frag coming back and go. It's 2v2 situation. GSCH is savage on the domination. We're here. Hate Crew being really aggressive right now. Hate Crew gets some kill. Can he get it? Yes, he does. And that's it. GSCHH with Yoru finishes up. Oh my God, what are you doing? Okay, that's one more round. First round coming off the board is GSCHH getting the first round as an attacker, and Gigantos. Like, come on, that's something different we saw once again, right, Krista?
Indeed, but from the side of GSC, I wonder what's actually happening in their comms because are they like, you know what? We don't have much to lose here. We're just gonna go for full on duelist locks and then we're gonna just commit to it. If that is the plan, it should be doable, but this is something we rarely see. But yeah, so far so good. Sasuke did go for a mid push, and he did get for the flank. He did find the flank as well. From the side of GSC, the aggression was there, and we did see GSC planting in front of the Killjoy's nose. Well, he couldn't do much because the cover was there. Misal did try his best, but either way, the matchup is really looking interesting. And speaking of interesting, we are also seeing 3 shotguns in the hands. Make it 4 shotguns in the hands of Exceeli, 2 Buckies, and Misa's actually gonna refund that. But as I was saying, we're gonna be seeing 3 Buckies and 1 Judge, which is also gonna be refunded by Hey Zolo Crazy. But I wonder how this matchup will be going forward, because the frags are obviously gonna be there, that's for sure. But aside that, we're also actually seeing the players chilling around, because we can see that the Rage is just gonna stay on top of the menu of the coffee shop. I guess he doesn't want anybody else to take over the business in the vicinity or the map itself, because do note this is actually a laboratory of I forgot the company's name of something. I'm just gonna let it go.
Right.
So either way, the map is actually looking okay-ish. We're gonna be going for a buy run from the well, a full buy, if I may say. It is a half buy, obviously, for the side of the SMG round, but we are still seeing an assault rifle in the hands of Sasuke because he had the clutch in his hand, so he can afford to do so. But for the side of Exceeli, we're seeing the pistol round coming in, and Mock is gonna rejoin the lobby as well. So we're gonna be having the timer coming to a unpause. So the resume is gonna be coming down. Let's see how this sound's gonna be, because we are seeing a lot of players swarming around A. We did see that they're deploying his satchels very early. Mock is gonna take some damage while he was targeting Grant, and there's the aggression from the side of Ace. He will find one kill, but not the second, as he's gonna be shut down. Sasuke is gonna find one with the Vandal. Hitchu is gonna recover the Spectre from his enemies, and oh my god, he's actually going under the radar, and he will not survive long, because Sasuke with the spray, he is gonna take it away, and Sasuke is gonna take the teleport back to the spawn. The Mock is gonna find the last kill onto Missile, and there you have it. The YOLO players are actually rewarding them for the time being, so the gate pressure is also there, and it's a very good start from the side of GSC 2-0, and there is something I believe personally, that the first 2 rounds can be an experimental round, so Exceeli can afford to let it go. But from now, we're gonna have to seeing Exceeli taking their lead. Otherwise, this is gonna create a snowball effect, which will not reward them for doing so. So we're gonna be having a full buy, including 2 half shields from the side of Exceeli.
So seeing Exceeli like that, I'm just wondering what's in this comment that. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's Hero. Alright, Hero is it? Okay. Maybe Hero plays like this, so let's do this. We predicted this, so let's do that. So that's what's gonna happen. Missing push. Nate's coming out. Savage gets the first kill on BD Headhunters.
That's actually a team kill, my boy.
Wait.
Yeah, it was a team kill. Well, we rarely see team kills in Valorant, but it was a team kill because the Phoenix just wanted, you know what, I'm just gonna walk through your grenades, and he was taken out. And Exceeli, without doing anything, they're gonna find their own entry thanks to GSC, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a good laugh at that one. But yeah, back to you, Kalashnikov.
Saving laugh. I don't know if it's gonna be laugh or rage, but whatever it's gonna be, it's something I never saw in ESPL. First time happening to my eyes. Anyways, we're seeing aggressive pushes coming from GSC, HH, Exceeli not leaving the angles. They're defending and they're defending. They're not gonna leave. They're just rotating, and we're seeing Hate putting the first frag on the board. We're seeing angles fighting against them, trying to take back the angles. We're seeing 7 bullets. Can he make it happen? Yes, he does.
One enemy
Takes out
remaining.
Hawk. Not crazy once
Spike
again.
down
Sasuke. We're seeing Savage running away with the Spectre. Not too much to say, huh? You're gonna get. Okay. Okay. Let him come. Let him come. He'll manage. And sadly for Savage, gets taken out. What is this Killjoy?
Stupid
10 seconds
taken out,
left.
actually.
Oh, sorry. So, we're seeing Rage, holding with Rage, running away. Rage did run away. Making him.
Turret out.
That's sad. He destroys the turret. Still, he's here. He knows. Couldn't get a kill, but he didn't. And that's it. Exceeli gets the first shot off the board. It's 2-1 for Exceeli, 2 for HH.
Well, GSC is obviously going to be going for their full buys now, and that's going to give Exceeli a really big effect to worry about. But I think they are not gonna have too much about it. Let's see if they can make it happen. But what makes me wonder is GSC's, you know, I've said it multiple times and I'm gonna say it once again, the 5 duelists. So aggression is obviously their main priority here, and looks like while they are going for the aggression, they're actually harming themselves, because on the previous round we did see the Raze eliminating his own teammate, and this time we did see Ace getting blinded by the hot hands. And now we're gonna be seeing so much utility being tossed in from the side of GSC for the denial, but either way, the spike is gonna go down. There was the rocket fuse coming in, and it will stay alive, and now it's a coastline situation. Aesop will have to make a good amount of play possible here, and he will be able to go for the off-guard angle, and I think he is going under the radar because there's nobody else is paying attention. And yes, he does get a frag with the element of surprise, and looks like actually yes, he does. As they does, Supri is gonna pick up a double right there, and it's all Sasuke.
One enemy remaining.
Sasuke is gonna find one, and now he's looking for the last one as well. And now he's gonna going for the gate crash, and he is going for the ultimate as well. That is the dimensional drift. Is he gonna be able to do much? And now there's gonna be the bait, but no, he doesn't have the time. Yoru couldn't do much, and he does get that kill, but it just did not work out the way it was planned to be. Sasuke, if he pushed together with his teammates, it would have been better, but the flank did go for a very long time, and it did give the players from Exceeli a good amount of time to go for the defusal, and they're going to be able to go for the equalization just in time. Well, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Equalized in favor of none. We're going to be seeing GSC going for another half buy-ish, because we're seeing Aesop not able to buy any weapons, and I think he's not going to be buying any weapons either, because he does have the brainstorm, and he is actually go for the gun anyways, so that is going to be a problem. He could have planned it better, but this is their strategy. We're going to be seeing a lot of utilities being tossed in, so we're going to be seeing the entries from the side of YOLO Crazy, but there's a refrag once again. What a bloodbath inside of Objective A, but looks like they're gonna be forced to fall back. And yes, they are actually gonna be forced to fall back. And Revex, I think he flashed himself, because there is no flash operator agent from the side of Exceeli. And with that in hand, I think GSC is actually struggling with their confidence now, because I'm literally seeing them doing silly mistakes, because they're flashing themselves, they're killing themselves, and their strategies are just falling apart in seconds. So that's there, and this really makes me wonder, what are we seeing on the grand final, ladies and gentlemen? Because this is a GC we did not see in the previous matches on Amateur Cup or Invitational, but this time around it's a complete different story. We will see that Mock is going to establish himself inside of the objective. He can try to go for the clutch with the Empress in hand, but looks like he's not
30 seconds left.
Instead, he's going to go for the rotation. So that is going to be an element of surprise for the side of Exceeli. I think Fancy saw Mock, and so did Mock, and there is the aggression coming in. Mock is gonna go for it, and he is gonna be taken out by Shooter. Nice try, and there we go. Mock is gonna go for the push, and he is gonna fall, and that's gonna put Exceeli on the lead 3-2.
Well, Exceeli being like that, I mean, you know, holding off the angles like that was really hard for Exceeli to make that stand against GSC, but what we are seeing right now is the opposite. GSC right now, like, I don't think they're just even caring right now. Like, the way they're pushing, the way they're just being careless about their teammates' push. I mean, it's like, just look at them. They're just standing, stacking in front of B, going for linear pushes. I did not see any kind of, you know, tactical pushes right there. And the flash, just flash their teammates once again. We're seeing Ace up for the push, getting inside without anything, pushes down, misses the shots, get the first frag of the world, misses the frag once again. Fancy takes back another frag, kills himself. We're seeing Spike drop over here. Mizzle getting wall bang once again. Mizzle still not making any noise. Mizzle gets one more frag. Mizzle will get a second frag. Mizzle on rampage, finishing off the round. And that's one more round in the favor of Exceeli Esports.
Such bold pushes coming from the side of GSC. They're just giving away the locations, allowing their opponent to go for the rotations. They're not getting in the minds of their opponents, and they're actually not even trying to do so, because if they're pushing B, they're gonna push B. They're not even trying to rotate, and this is a GSC, as I mentioned. This is not a GSC I saw the previous days, and I think they're actually trying to have fun here with the duelist locks, but you know, this is something you just wouldn't do, because yeah, you might want to get the frags and you might want to flash your teammates just like that, but still, you want to put up a show here.
Joke's
But this
over.
time
You're
around, we're gonna
dead.
be seeing a rotation from the side of GSC towards A, and they're also gonna give away the location. They're making so much noise, and there's a paranoia coming in from the Omen that is gonna be HQ. And the location is gonna get revealed eventually, and now they're gonna be going for the commitment. The
Spike
location is gonna
down
find
A.
the spike, and there is so bold. I mean, everybody's just getting in the crosshair of Zolo right there, and Aesop in the end is gonna eliminate Zolo right there. But now it is looking like it's just a massacre happening here. Aesop's gonna take a lot of damage, and he's gonna take the drift, and he is gonna be surviving, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do much. There's a heal coming in from Fancy, and it is all dependent on the
Spike
side of
planted.
GSC. The spike is gonna go down with the ultimate from Killjoy. The lockdown is gonna be coming in. Fancy is gonna recover. I think they got his own as well. He does get, but the kill is gonna be going at that direction. But what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, there's nothing we can say actually. Force it to the scoreline, and Exceeli is just gonna be able to get the round in their favor without doing much. They had everything in their favor. They're gonna find the kills and etc. 5-2 is gonna be the scoreline, and they're also gonna take the lead in their favor.
Here.
GSC is actually not feeling confidence at the moment. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they just, letting it go. I mean, still holding it might just change their fate, change their situations, change their, aspirations just like that. But I don't think GSC even is trying, because look at that, what do you call it? Ignorant pushes, ignorant flashes, angle, and they're still stacking the same B once again, with everything making sound, giving up the position, just as if they just want to end this. It's like a nightmare to them. They just want to end this whole nightmare just like that. Still holding off the angles. They really don't want to. We're seeing Missile getting one more frag. I mean, there's nothing to add here. There's nothing to, make a move here. We're seeing Missile getting one more frag. Don't get one frag on the board. Another one on the board with the Spectre. But we are seeing Plan going off and two
Who's
situations.
next?
Good for both of them. We're seeing wait. Is that Diero just running with the dimensional?
Yeah, that is actually running
Yes.
with the ultimate.
But sadly,
player
the dimensional
standing.
drift gets down by Fancy with 2 more kills, Shufik with 3rd kill, and I mean, I have nothing to say.
Blasphemous. Here.
I wonder why the Euro deployed the dimensional drift and he just escaped that, and he cancelled that on the side of the Cubby. As a Euro player, you might wanna get to a location where your enemies won't be predicting that. Usually, you might wanna go for the flanks, or you just might wanna burn the time, give them an element of doubt. But for Sasuke, there's nothing I can mention about it. He just went for the bold push, and for the side of GSC, we're actually seeing them going for extreme bold push. And look at that, they're actually gonna allow their opponents to have 2 kills. Mox is gonna take 1 kill back on his feet, but look at that, they're just gonna go for it. And
Spike
Mox with
down
a
mid.
risk-breaking flick onto Fancy. Well, he did get 2 kills, but at what cost? Because we're not seeing the players on GSC doing much here. Zolo is gonna predict the location. Look at the sound cues coming from the
enemy
side of
remaining.
GSC. They're just giving away
Spike
as much
down
sound as
A.
they can, and that's why they're gonna have the information, and that's how we're gonna be seeing a lead of 7-2 in favor of GSC. Sorry, Exceeli. Exceeli is not showing any mercy. I can see that, but GSC. This is something which breaks my heart undoubtedly, but I understand they're not feeling the confidence against Exceeli. But do note, ladies and gentlemen, on the first map, they had a scoreline of 13-8. So I must admit, GSC is actually a team they can give Exceeli a run for their money, but they're not doing any such thing. Alright, we'll have to see how it's gonna be going. This is gonna be the 10th round of the game.
Seeing the 10th round of the board, you're seeing, I don't know.
I think this is the 4th time this happened. The Sasuke pushed alone inside of garage area, taken out by the Killjoy. I didn't take out push, I didn't take out player, I didn't take out killer, I didn't take out casualty. Back to you, Kalashnikov.
Well, anyway, we're seeing Aesop getting the first round of the board, was taken back by Zolo Crazy once again. And it's
Blocking
they're
sight.
already taking the heaven control.
Give me a second, Kalashnikov.
Joke's over.
Can we
You're
go
dead.
to Fancy for a second? And shout out to our lovely admin, Illusia. What's that crosshair?
Can we check Fancy, please?
Yeah, we are checking Fancy actually. So,
let's
Fancy
see.
usually uses a hashtag crosshair, but today we're actually seeing him using a hollow box.
Last player standing.
Alright, so okay, that aside the word, we're gonna be seeing GSC having a lead. Finally, they're gonna find the plan down success as well. So this round should be doable for the side of the defense. They're gonna be able to take this down, and they're also gonna destroy the Children ultimate. So, as we were distracted with the crosshair of Fancy, that is gonna be around for the side of GSC. Even though we're still seeing some very common mistakes from the side of GSC, they're still gonna be able to hold on. 7-3, they can make it to 7-5 if you ask me, and I think they should do that because if they do so, they can potentially bring some more rounds back in the upcoming rounds. But let's see. Back to you, Kalashnikov.
So we're seeing them being linear once again, taking the mid control, all will break loose, and we see teabagging, Jet holding this mid, expecting anyone, and gets one tap, Zolo crazy one tap. Zolo crazy one tapping once again, what the hell was that, Zolo? Intrix! Missing Zolo crazy one angle again. Zolo crazy! No, he couldn't. Savage misses the Savage with the spray finishes off Zolo crazy once again. And I'm sorry to call Zolo crazy on his own name because he really stand up to that Intrix. And we're seeing Fancy then finishing off the round, making it 8-3, and we see some
Last round before the switch.
teabags coming on the side of Exceeli Esports onto Headhunters, but Headhunters, actually, I have nothing more to add about Headhunters. Presto.
Well, I can understand why, my friend, because the way they're playing it is actually really heartbreaking. But I think they're just gonna stick up to it, and as they are actually doing so, we can see an Odin in the hands of Savage. Let's see how the Odin is gonna be played out. But either way, Exceeli is gonna be going for their full buy. This is the last one with the swap. There is everything which is gonna be tossed inside of the vent. Well, it just felt like it was a recycle bin. They're just throwing everything inside, and they are actually gonna waste the utilities, including the boom boss. Savage is gonna follow up with his teammates, and now they should be able to go for the execution, but there's Zolo with the Waystone, and he's gonna find Fast right there. Well, the Odin just did not work out. He's gonna find the kill with a frenzy, and suddenly the push is gonna come to an end. An absolute destruction from the side of Exceeli. 9-3 is gonna be the scoreline, and it's gonna be the split. What a half, ladies and gentlemen. My, oh my. Well, from the side of GSC though, if they allow their opponents to crack the double digits here, this is actually gone for their end, and for GSC, I really can see them not having any confidence there. So I'm really not going to be surprised if they allow their opponent to do so. But they're going for full-on frenzies here. So let's see if they can get a kill frenzy as well. Well, either way, they are going to be going for the stack onto B because they are pushing very bold so far on the map of Split. We didn't see much strategies. Well, actually, sorry, excuse me, right there we're seeing GSC on the defensive round. So for the attackers, or should I say Exceeli, they can go for the bold pushes, and looks like this is actually gonna be a complete bold push from both of the ends because we're seeing everybody stacking up together for the pushes, but they're actually gonna miss each other's trail, and I think Exceeli is actually making a location that looks like Rev is gonna be the opener here. He's gonna find one, but he's gonna be cleared out instantly, and now there's a race coming from both ends, and Super is gonna find a double. Almost a triple as Mog did take some damage from the grenade. Do note that there's the same one coming in, and Mog may be taken out by the grenade, but now he's gonna evade that successfully. The Jet was taken out by Mog almost, but no, he's not gonna be able to secure that kill successfully because both men are being unlocked. We actually don't see Milk. He's gonna find himself in a 1v4 with a frenzy in hand. Does not have too much ammo to work with. He can make a weapon, but then he's not gonna be able to do so as he is gonna be taken out by Super. Oh my, 10-3 is gonna be the score line, and with that pistol round in favor of Exceeli, I really don't see any hope of light for the side of GSC.
Well, hitting the double digits, we see Exceeli being unstoppable and also unprecedented, non-compromising, ruthless against GSC Headhunters, not showing them any mercy. And GSC Headhunters isn't looking for any stoppages either. They're just gonna stop and they just push, kill everyone.
I think that's
And we are
AFK.
seeing mock AFK.
Next year.
We aren't we aren't seeing any timeouts either on the side.
One enemy remaining.
Shoe freaks. Quad
Let's
kill.
go, Ace!
Ace! No! Oh shit! He misses the
Spike planted.
Hope ball on the side of Exceeli. Shufrix, nice try. Could have released the rocket fuse before. Anyways, that's that. But nice play by Shufrix, killing everyone. JC,
Oh well.
nothing to add. Yeah, oh well.
Well, I know it did not sound good in my voice. It would have sounded better if an anime character said that. But either way, we're gonna be seeing GSC did go for a force buy on the previous round, and as they lost that, they're gonna be going for shotguns all out except for Mox Vandal here. So alright, Exceeli is gonna be having a pretty decent lead here. It looks like the aggression is gonna be there either way. Zolo is just gonna eliminate Mock without any given problems. The Havage is gonna hold on to that, and he may get the kill, and yes, he will. The spike is gonna be dropped on the side of Grant as well. The grenades are gonna be tossing into the side of Savage, but he does not get the kill. Zolo's gonna find his second kill, and look like he may find the kill on the Savage as well. Then yes, he does. He's gonna pick up his third, and now he's looking for more. And with the fact that the spike has been delivered to the objective, I think the plan is gonna be going down. Sasuke is gonna destroy the base of footsteps, but he's not going to do much. But Zolo knows exactly what's happening on the Sasuke, but he's going to let him go. He's going to find the 4K. He's going to be on the ace. And no, he does not. The same location. Deja Vu's here. The Raze is the ace. This time, Zed is going to miss that. Sasuke is going to pick up a double. But now, with 30 HP, he'll have to find 2 more kills. But no, his barrel is going to get spotted out by Shufrik. And Shufrik is going to go for the T-Bag, following his teammate Fancy. And that is going to be match point for Exceeli. Eh! Oh wait, did we see the gun tossed out to the barrier? Can we see that to a lovely host? Can we see that? If the gun is still there on the attacker spawn.
Okay, Lucia?
I think I saw a gun tossed out. Yes, it is!
Oh my god, Lucia, thank you so much for showing us that, Lucia. And what the hell? What is that? What is that? Are we seeing a Grandfinal or some, funny montages? I don't know. As one keeps coming by, we're seeing obliteration. Absolutely! Oh my god, He's just
Get out of my way.
Oh my god! He tried to go for the knife! And
Attackers win.
What a defeat. What a defeat for GSC Headhunters. What a defeat. Really hard.
Well, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, the last map of the ESPL Invitationals, it was nothing less than a drama, and it was a drama from the side of Exceeli and from GSC.
Best of 5 now.
Oh my god. Oh my. Well, we did hear one of the players saying if it's a best of 5 or not, but do note, ladies and gentlemen, in a game of Valorant, we only have 5 maps, and there is obviously the map bans. So we are actually forced to go for best of 3s. Maybe when Valorant is going to be having more maps aside the current 5s we have, we're going to be having best of 5s in the grand finals as well. But now, it's actually not the case. Exceeli is going to take a very, very dominating and a very fast victory against GSC. Well, as Exceeli did throw away the weapon, and that actually gave me a deja vu of a meme that where you wash the hands after shaking hands. And I believe the players of Exceeli did find the weapon from the enemies. That's why they just threw it outside. But either way, it has been a very funny match, to say the least. It was not that competitive, if you want me to be bold. The first map, it was competitive, ladies and gentlemen. But the second one, the hope ball for GSC, they did not have any confidence. And they just let it go without given any doubts for our end. And that's how we're going to be seeing us for 13-3. But either way, we're getting into the scoreboard. And we can see Zolo Crazy is topping the scoreboard with 19 kills. We did see 2 players getting too close with the ace potentials, but they just couldn't find the aces. So this match around, we didn't see 2 dashing places either. No eye-catching plays were given away, and that's something which really breaks our heart. But either way, congratulations to Exceeli for securing the victory. And This is undoubtedly a ride they're bringing on. They are the defending champions so far, and they are gonna live up to that. And they are not gonna let any of the championships going in vain. Well, that is three invitationals in their favor. And speaking of the invitationals, this is actually the end of the third invitational of ESPL Valorant PowerUp Series Bangladesh. So it has been a good journey, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously the amateur cup registrations for season 4 is going to be on the line. So we're really hoping to see some new faces, some new teams, some new talents on the board. GSC is obviously gonna make their way inside of the team lineups of invitationals. So for the side of Exceeli and GSC, and I presume Instinct, they are gonna be playing on the invitationals directly. They won't have to play in the amateur cups. But aside that, we are actually coming to an end. So thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, for staying tuned. Well, as I mentioned, it has been a marvelous journey with the season 3 of invitationals, but we are gonna be back with the amateur cup and the invitationals of series 4. Ramadan's coming, so do stay tuned. May the blessings bestow upon you, and stay tuned till we are going to be catching up with this. And thanks a lot for the views. Do keep up with ESPL. And from me, Krishna Sets, and my buddy Kalashnikov, we're going to be catching up as fast as we can. Stay tuned. We're going to be seeing you on the next Invitationals and Amateur Cup. Bye bye.